AITA for taking back my tip after the waitress humiliated me in front of everyone? 3 stories. Story number 1, AITA for taking back my tip after the waitress humiliated me in front of everyone? Alright, this occurred a few nights ago, and I just can't believe it happened the way that it did. My partner, 29F, and I, 32M, dined out at this Italian restaurant we've been to several times. It's not highly sophisticated, but pleasant enough that you get to sit down, order wine, and have a relaxed evening. Our server, let's name her Samantha, was kind of phased throughout. She lost my drink twice, served the wrong starter, and vanished for what seemed like an eternity when it arrived time to order dessert. It wasn't the end of the world. I've worked customer service myself, and I get that hectic nights go wild. However, service was really poor. When the check came, I paid and left a 10% cash tip. Not excessive, but not nothing, either. I thought it was reasonable given the circumstances. We were just standing up to leave when Samantha came over, took the cash, and said, "Seriously? This is it?" She had said it audibly. A few people at some nearby tables turned around and stared. I was taken aback. I didn't even know what to say first. Then she added, "You know, servers can't pay their rent because of people like you. If you can't tip properly, don't dine out." The restaurant became totally silent, like sitcom silence. My girlfriend was wincing. I just remained calm and said, "Okay, sorry you feel that way," and started to leave. Then, no kidding, she muttered, "Whatever, cheapskates," but loudly enough that it was not only for us. So I went back over, walked over to the table, took the tip, and left without another word. My girlfriend later informed me that I did fine with it, but one of my friends feels like I had overstepped by insisting on getting the tip back, that no matter what, you just leave it and move on. I feel like to be scolded and humiliated on account of a 10% tip that I actually did leave is way out of bounds. So, Reddit, AITA for retrieving the tip after she yelled at us in front of everyone in the restaurant. Story number 2, AITA for throwing my ex's words in his affair partner wife's face after she spent the last 5 years taunting me. I, 33F, found out my ex-husband, 35 meters and the father of my 2 kids, 11 and 9, was cheating on me with Dana, 30F, who he worked with. Once I kicked my ex out, he did everything to try and win me back. He even shared the fact Dana was sterile and was just some safe fun because he knew he couldn't get her pregnant. He said he would never actually want something, not someone, like that, and he loved me and our kids. I was having none of it. I didn't pity Dana either because she knew about me. We had met. She knew about the kids too. So to me she was a homewrecker and I wasn't going to warn her about my ex's feelings on her. My ex continued trying to win me back throughout our divorce. The night before he sent more texts begging me to call it all off and let us be a family again, and he said more degrading things about Dana. But I didn't listen to him. I was done. Even if he wasn't living with Dana, which he was, I wasn't going to buy he'd change. From the day my ex moved in with Dana she was smug. She called me all dried up, said Micey clearly wasn't tight enough anymore for my ex and that he clearly felt repulsed by whatever stretch marks the kids left behind. I ignored her. She got herself kicked out of the kids' school a few times for using that language in front of others. Twice was in front of one of the teachers during PT conferences. For years I have ignored it and tried to be the bigger person. But recently she was extra nasty about me and the fact I've been single since the divorce. She tried to say it was clear no man wanted me, not even the father of my children, and how he thought so little of me. She said he only says nothing because of the kids, but she knows. She knows that's why he went to her. So in response I screenshotted several of the texts ex sent me where he degraded her, and I told she should see what he thinks of her. She told me I was sick and twisted and how dare I dig into her infertility. Then it was why would I not tell her if any of this were true. I told her I owed her as nothing after she knowingly slept with the man I was married to and contributed to the breakup of my children's family. I told her I found her as disgusting and repulsive as him. But I had done my best to ignore her all these years while she degraded me. Then I told her to look inside her house for all that nasty shit and reminded her to check the dates on the messages. She texted me several times in the aftermath. I muted her, can't block while they're together because she could be with my kids in an emergency and the court order states we must keep this access open. So now the plan is to unmute whenever the kids are over there and mute the second they come home to me. But AITA? Story number 3, for slapping my brother for stealing my Nintendo I have been saving up for 6 months. Okay, so this might sound dumb, but I just really need to get this off my chest. I, 17M, don't usually get mad. Like, ever. I'm quiet most of the time, I don't start fights, I just do my own thing. My parents always say I'm the easy kid. The one they don't have to worry about. I get decent grades, I work part-time, I help around the house. My little brother, 14M, is the total opposite. He's loud, messy, always getting into something. He breaks stuff and then acts all innocent, and somehow it's always fine because he's younger or he didn't mean it. I try not to let it get to me, but honestly, it does. Anyway, earlier this year I decided I wanted to buy myself a Nintendo Switch. Not because I needed it or whatever, but because I wanted something that was mine. I've never had anything expensive that I bought on my own before. My parents couldn't really afford to get one for me, so I told myself I'd save up for it. It took me 6 freaking Months. I mowed lawns, babysat, did chores for neighbors, skipped buying food at school, all that. Every time I got a few bucks, I'd stick it in an envelope in my desk drawer. I know it sounds small, but watching it add up felt good. Like, I was actually proud of myself for once. When I finally bought it, I was so careful with it. Like I didn't even take it out of my room unless I had to. I let my brother play on it sometimes, but only when I was there. I told him straight up not to touch it without asking. He said okay. I trusted that. So 2 nights ago I came home from my shift. I work at a grocery store, and I instantly knew something was off. My drawer was open. My Switch was gone. I looked around, checked my backpack, checked under the bed, nothing. Then I heard the sound of Mario Kart coming from down the hall. I walked into my brother's room and there he was, just lying on his bed playing like it was his. I told him, give it back. He looked at me, laughed, and said, chill dude, it's just a game. That sentence right there. That's what did it. Because it wasn't just a game. It was 6 months of work. Of saying no to stuff I wanted. Of actually being patient for once. And he was treating it like a joke. I told him again to give it back. He said no. I reached for it, and he yanked it away, laughing. And I just lost it. I don't even remember deciding to. I slapped him. Not super hard, but enough. He froze for like half a second, then got mad and threw the Switch. It hit the corner of his desk and the screen shattered. I swear, my heart just dropped. I picked it up, tried to turn it on, nothing. Just cracks across the screen and that's it. All that work, all that saving, gone in 2 seconds. Then he started crying, not because he felt bad, but because he knew he was gonna get in trouble. He starts screaming for my parents, saying I hit him. They come running in, see him crying, me holding the broken Switch, and immediately start scolding me. I tried explaining what happened, that he stole it, broke it, wouldn't give it back, but none of it mattered. They just kept saying violence is never okay and that I should have told them instead. They grounded me for 2 weeks. Took what's left of my Switch and put it away. My brother? He got a don't do that again talk. That's it. No punishment, no apology, nothing. And now he keeps making jokes like guess you shouldn't hit people over games or you're so dramatic, it's just a console. Every time he says something like that I honestly want to scream. I know slapping him was wrong. I know. I regret it. But at the same time, I feel like nobody's actually hearing me. Nobody's seeing how much effort that thing represented. I didn't just lose a console, I lost something I worked for, something I was proud of. It's stupid, I know. But it really hurts. So yeah. H for slapping my brother?